Bitch, I'm a pothead. If you saying with smoke, fuck it.
Welcome back to the Second Spliff, your favorite smoking podcast. With us today, we have someone very unique. Their work lights up the city in many different ways. It's an art form. It's an art form that sticks out among the rest. And from local shops to wedding venues on your special day, it's Shay from Osmosis Glow.
What's up? Did you write that yourself?
I did.
Did you really?
It wasn't intended to kind of rhyme, but it kind of...
No AI inspiration?
No AI. No AI.
I'm impressed. I like
so,
that. Cool.
We smoked prior. I know you said you didn't really smoke, but...
no, I don't smoke at all.
Yeah.
At all.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
I had to somehow get you on the pod because this shit is actually insane. What you do. At the beginning of each of our podcasts, we give each guest kind of like a minute, 2 minutes to kind of explain what you do and kind of how you got into it and kind of what inspired you to get into it. So with that, I'll let you kind of do your thing.
Okay, so I'm Shay Ron Rennie. I'm the founder of Osmosis Glow, where we create luxury LED neon and other acrylic art forms. It really came to me from like a lack of there being somebody in the city who did it. So, because I wanted a sign for myself, but there just wasn't anybody here who did it at all actually. So the closest people who did create LED neon signs were in Toronto, but their base prices were like $400. Right?
Damn.
So I'm like, yo,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I was like, and actually it was for, you see the Bria one right there?
Yeah.
It was for a sign that size, $400.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, if they can do it, I can definitely do it. So I just learned, and then 2 years later we're here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You said you started because you wanted one.
Yeah.
After learning how to make them, what was like how long did it take you to learn to make your first one? Like what was like the process of it?
Okay, the process was I knew the machinery I needed, but I didn't have the machinery. Right?
Okay.
So I had to make the machinery. I had to make a CNC machine. So
nice.
It started from there, learning how to build a CNC machine. Built it, then after I built it, the neon part was kind of straightforward. You learn how to solder, you learn how to do all that kind of stuff. I want to say the whole process of like putting a neon sign together after building the machine probably took like 2 months, right? Okay. Then after that, it was a process of refining it. Like, again, the Bria and the Aaliyah one, that was in the beginning, and then I started getting into like all I do is win, the product, just getting better, right?
Exactly.
And then
the constant improvements.
Yeah, and then getting faster at doing it. That was the thing. I was trying to become as efficient as I could as one person.
Okay.
Because after that, I can hire somebody, repeat the process, and all of that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They look so flawless. Like what drew me to it was the fact that like most neon signs, you see like that glow in the back to like the next letter.
Yeah.
But with yours, you don't even see that at all. It's just.
Yeah.
So
that was it, right? Like I'm trying.
Yeah.
The thing was, I was trying to, and I am trying to make it as high end as I possibly can, but as affordable to anybody, right? Okay. Like because they're custom, the price range can vary, right? So if you have a lot of money and you don't mind spending, $600-700 on a sign, I could do that for you, right? Yeah. But if you're in a budget where you only have like $100 or something, I could do that too.
That's sick.
So
like what's the smallest sign you can make? Say like somebody comes to you with $100 budget. Like
you see that one in the corner?
Yeah.
With the blue like that. That's $100.
Cool. That's sick. So you can still, it's like a 7, 8
12 by 12.
12 by 12.
Yeah.
Damn, my vision bad.
Yeah. Got no
That's
depth
sick.
perception.
So like that being said, I've seen your Instagram and I've seen that you've built some signs for some local businesses. What, if you don't mind like me asking, what are some of like the most favorable signs that you've made? Like what are the signs that like you had the most fun making?
The most fun
for like local businesses, because I've seen some big ones.
Okay. So keeping it a buck, the most fun but most stressful, because this is kind of the relationship between me and this particular client.
Okay.
Was the Jack Daniel sign. That
Oh.
one was 5 feet by 6 feet high, right?
Oh.
It's pretty big. But that was the most fun because it's super creative to do, and it's Jack Daniels, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why it was so stressful was because you're like, yo, I need this in a week.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's
So I was like,
notice.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. I was like, yeah, I got you, no problem. And then, executed, and that was that.
So you made that deadline that week?
I think I was maybe a day over. No, I
That's
made
8 days.
I made the deadline, but what was happening was when I went to go install the sign and turn it on, it was too bright. Right? It was too bright. And so they wanted me to dim it, but my dimmers, see, these are things I have to learn as I go, right? Because the sign is so big, I got like a massive power supply to, supply the power to the sign, but then it was too bright. So I attached a dimmer to it, but the dimmer couldn't handle the amount of power that was.
Okay.
Right? So I had to
Gotcha.
figure that out. And then I did eventually.
Yeah, get something that was compatible for
Yeah,
that size.
yeah. It's like it was like solving a puzzle.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Just
That-
hop one problem to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's sick,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like adjustable like the brightness on it?
everything? Yeah, everything.
Sick.
Yeah. If the client wants it to be dimmed or
Damn.
have different functions, I can do that.
So what kind of customizations could I come to you? Like, say I wanted to order something from you.
So I have a client right now. We're talking about having, it's gonna say bakery, but they want it to say bar, right? So flash from bar to bakery, bar bakery.
Oh,
right?
like the old school. Like,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
sick.
So
That's
working
super
on that.
dope.
Yeah, working on that. I don't know anything. I have RGB, so it changes colors.
Oh,
You can sequence them.
that's super sick.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Yeah. But talk to me about you guys. I'm curious.
You
I'm
want-
honestly
Oh,
curious
yeah.
about you guys.
Yeah.
So we got
What do you wanna
Logan,
know?
Donnie. What's the relationship here? How are you guys friends?
Ooh.
How'd you guys come up with this podcast?
I'll let you explain the friend part, and then I'll explain
Okay.
the
Yeah.
podcast part.
So years and years and years ago, like we both had spots at a trailer park, and
Wait, stop. You had
What?
spots at a trailer park?
yeah,
Actually?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we just like grew up around each other,
Yeah.
and we were both part of the same friend group, and we've just been kicking it ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just always running around doing dumb
How
bad
old,
shit.
how old were you guys living in the trailer park?
Shit. I think
I was 13 when I got there.
age range I've been there for 12 years, so like probably like 12 type shit.
Wait, you're still there?
My parents are still there. They
No
still go camp there
way.
and whatnot. So
Oh, wait. Was this a neighborhood or like
it's like a seasonal campground type thing. So like people can go there and like
Yeah.
rent tenting areas and like go barbecue and whatever. But you can also bring like cabin trailers there and park them and build like a deck and do whatever.
You know what I'm
and,
seeing
like, a
nowadays?
cottage getaway type deal.
I'm seeing, and I have a friend who's a wholesaler.
Okay.
He's making a lot of money off of flipping trailer houses.
Really?
Mobile homes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobile homes. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he said recently he put out a video. He said that he bought a home. Well, the person was asking for 50 or 49.
Mm-hmm.
He negotiated down to 32, right? Bought it for 32 and
Yeah.
sold it for 79.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
For a mobile home, that's insane.
Yeah.
But
That's
he's
insane. That's a
flipping-
small flat in a like kind of rundown neighborhood.
Get what
like,
I'm
that's,
saying?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to really, how do you say it? There's a stigma behind mobile homes, but nowadays they
You
look
can make them look luxurious.
very nice.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
I remember
crazy.
we would always be like walking around and we'd pass the section where like the new mobile homes were, and it was just
Yeah.
like, that looks like a hotel. Like
Yeah.
the goal
Yeah.
was like, all right, when we're older, we're gonna go and we're gonna rent it out for a night. We're gonna have so much fun.
For
like, all
sure.
this
But now
shit.
it's so different. They've added actual cabins you can rent out there too. So
What do you
it's
mean?
like it's more of like a old person retirement, but like people go there and if you don't want to tent it and like put up a tent,
Yeah.
you can like rent out like this log cabin type deal. and
Why
you
would a
can, like-
person decide to live in what would you call that development? Like I don't want to call it. Is it a trailer park?
in a sense, yeah, it's just a trailer.
I'd call
park.
it a trailer park, but I'd also call it glamping, like glamorous camping.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
Like-
way to
So
put it.
why would somebody want to do that outside of living like in a regular neighborhood?
It's so they're open when April to October.
Yeah, they
So
close
it's-
down Halloween.
Yeah, so it's like something to do for the summer. It's like a getaway in a sense.
But
right?
you lived there, right?
No, we'd go there on weekends.
like
so
in
just
the
like-
summer I lived there.
Think about it as like
Oh.
a weekend camping trip each weekend.
Oh, and
but
so
like
you
pay
guys would
seasonally.
meet up
Yeah.
At the-
every weekend.
Yeah.
At
the same place, 'cause
I
his
get it.
parents
And then
would
we'd
camp
spend
there.
the summers together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Turned
sick.
into fucking just hanging out outside of it. And then the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
podcast idea came from, we're all just stoners, right? So, just everybody in the friend group and the people around us, we were
Yeah.
always having conversations, and we're like, "Fuck, we wish we recorded that to
For
have
sure.
like
Yeah.
look back on later in life." So then it was like, "Fuck it, nobody in the city really has a podcast around."
Poppin' podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess a poppin' podcast,
Yeah.
but around smoking at least. But then it was just like, damn, like we should just really sit down and maybe
Do it.
where would stoners want to sit and have a joint?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
would you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
sit and
yeah.
have a conversation? Like that location really makes you think. Like I know a lot of personally, like this podcast and specifically related to the fact that I know a lot of people who will either smoke weed in like a little shack with LED lights around or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, damn, like these were sick to look at when you're high as shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy.
How'd
So,
you find my stuff?
Instagram.
I always ask people.
You just
that.
randomly popped up in my
Really?
feed. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the stuff is working.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, the algorithm, the
Yeah, the
what's it
algorithm
called?
is algorithming. I like
Yeah.
it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm very impressed by the podcast setup.
Thank
guys
you.
have
Thank you.
Because listen, the way that I am is everything has to be like super top notch for me,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
So I got like the big mics, the mixer,
Right.
the editing software,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
camera, right? But with that being said, it gets bulky and it's almost a limiting factor to actually doing it, right? So I like this. It's very run and gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can travel and do it as well.
Yeah.
So like if somebody say in Toronto has a business idea related to cannabis or like
Yeah.
a company and they're like, hey, I kind of want to market towards whoever.
Yeah.
Then not only can we market with them, but we can go to them and connect them with somebody else as well who's also, because we've been there instead of having, most people can't take the time off and come to us.
For sure.
So it's just minimalistic setup, try and get the best quality for as
I like that. It's very
little.
niche. Even with my personal podcast, I've had people from everywhere like, yo, I want to be on it. I want to da-da-da. Are you getting that now too?
Had a couple of people, yo, let me come on.
Exactly. So again, with me being so bulky and everything, it's like, I gotta do
Yeah.
all. But yeah, this is giving me some good ideas as to the equipment I need for
Fuck
sure. Yeah.
It's very, very, very nice. There's Long and McQuaid. We just did a podcast with Jacob who works there, and you can actually get the recording device I'm using there. So go see
Jacob
him.
with the long hair.
No, Jacob McIntyre.
Oh, okay. I'm not
Yeah,
sure who that.
it's there. So
He's super low key.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you go
He makes
there,
fire music.
it's beautiful. His music is fantastic. He's such a crazy producer,
Why
bro.
is he like that?
I'll show you his
Oh, no,
Instagram
no.
when we're done.
Yeah,
bro
for
is
sure.
insane. Also, the one podcast, I don't know if you've seen it. Actually, that podcast is gonna come out Tuesday, so you can watch that one Tuesday. But the one we did before that, PD, him and Jacob made a song together, and it's fire, bro. It's the end song to our podcast.
I hear him. Oh, okay.
So he's produced it. It's weird how it worked out because he knows PD from working with him,
Yeah,
and then
I've known him
PD
for
knows
years.
Jacob. But I randomly met Jacob when I was trying to figure out my audio issue at Long and McQuaid. So like, it was
It's just this puzzle, bro.
Oh, it's like
Small
I'm getting
city.
goosebumps
Yeah,
thinking about it, bro.
And,
It's
like,
weird.
Last week we were in his studio filming a podcast, and we no fucking way.
No
like, this is
Yeah.
where
way.
we're going.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
wow. It's weird how the world works.
Yeah, very weird.
But yeah, if
Very
you need one of
weird.
these audio devices, I highly suggest it. Go there, tell them I sent you, have a conversation. You guys will fucking get along great.
And it's super low key.
Right.
Nobody
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So-
Don't say a
I'll-
word.
no, I'll cut all that out. I'll cut all that out.
Don't say a
Be good, be
word.
good.
Don't say a
But
word.
yeah,
I get
dude's
it.
super fucking. He's super sick. He'll help you out.
Yeah.
It's
cool,
fucking.
cool.
It's beautiful. Whole setup for under $4 I think for the podcast setup, plus the iPhone you already got in your pocket.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
So what do you guys do?
I go to school right now.
What are you taking?
I'm in an esports business administration program.
Esports?
Yeah.
Esports. Different.
Business.
Different.
Yeah. I'm in it for like the business side of things.
Why the business side? What is the business side? What's the opportunity there?
Well, like the events and like the way that everyone's growing up in this new generation, it's kind of, unfortunately, not a lot of kids are enrolled in traditional sport. It's like
you said unfortunately?
Frequently. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like everyone should be active. Like I genuinely believe that, right? So like you should be involved in physical sports, but people aren't necessarily involving their kids in traditional sports anymore as much. Yeah. And every single kid is at home access playing video games.
Yeah.
So with the events that have been going on and the way it grows, and definitely at like an international level, it's the events of possibilities are huge. The amount of views they get online is ridiculous. So like the business side of it, there's a lot of potential.
So
that's insane.
Okay, I got you. So what part business wise?
So me specifically, it would be more around like I'm hoping to do event organizing kind of things. Okay. So like actually running tournaments and stuff. Yeah.
How would you go about doing that? You'd have to get what? First a location, a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, venues, sponsors, all of that stuff.
And then you'd have to build a name for yourself, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so you'd have to start, unless you like get a job with a company that already like runs events and like work your way up inside that company. Like you could do something like that, but if you're gonna start it on like a grassroots level, like I'm just gonna right now start a business that runs events, you just have to market the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You just have to find the right place to market it, the right people to market to.
Do you have a game you're like leaning toward? No.
I don't.
Do you play?
No.
You don't play anything.
No, not really. I play video games, but like I don't like have a game.
You be like, running that 2K though?
No, I be on Rocket League.
I'm
on Rocket League consistently,
okay,
but like
fair.
I don't
PC
like
or console.
No, just console, PS4. On the old, yeah.
What the hell?
I don't take it seriously.
Okay, that's
like,
fine.
like I don't like I'm not the competitive type, but I see the like I can't play like basketball for shit. Like sure, I could like shoot a 3 with no one in front of me, but I could definitely
you do need the GM.
Yeah, exactly.
You do
right?
need the GM.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's levels to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I know my place. I'm not no player.
Exactly.
I'm not no player.
Yeah. So how about you, Logan? What do you do?
I do tattoos.
You do tattoos?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yeah, that's my day job and my night job.
Sick.
And all around the clock job.
How's that?
It's sick. Probably the best job I've ever had.
What have you had? What other jobs have you had?
Shit. Long list. My first job, I worked at a toy store.
Wait. Hold on. I don't even know how old you guys
are. Oh, weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
How old are you guys?
I'm 24.
24.
I'm 22.
Okay. Damn, I'm old.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
That ain't bad. That's not old at all,
not
bro.
old, but I mean in comparison.
You still got at least 2 more lifetimes ahead of you.
True.
Think about it. If you make it to 90,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Okay,
I don't know if I want to go to 90.
So, toy store.
Toy store. I worked at a toy store. That was my first job. Then my second job, I worked at West 49, like the place in the mall when it was a skate shop.
I can see that.
And then after that, after high school, I worked at a tool and mold shop. And then from there, I did like 4 or 5 years in just different tool and mold shops.
So why tattoos? Have you always been artistic?
Yeah and no. I've always like doodled and kind of drawn just to myself type of deal. I've never really like made any big paintings or anything like that. I'm not a big painter, but what really kind of stuck with me was when I was going to get tattooed by the person who I'm actually learning from right now.
Yeah.
He had a conversation with me about CNC because I was running CNC machines. So he's like, anybody who kind of does CNC understands speeds, feeds, depths.
Yeah, that's all I had to learn for all of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as I was learning CNC, it all made sense to me, and that was the one conversation that I kept always coming back to was like, if I can keep a consistent, steady hand, hit the certain layer of the skin, and just like essentially do the art I'm already kind of doing, I could possibly do this. So I had moved away for a little bit for a change of scenery, and then on my way back, I messaged him. I was like, yo, like I'd love to learn how to do some tattoos after I'd done a couple on myself. Didn't turn out terrible. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll teach you. Here's an apprenticeship, like super.
An apprenticeship?
Yeah, so that's what you got to do in a like a tattoo career. So essentially, like, you don't really get paid to work.
Yeah.
Like tattooing, and that's like the only career I think that you have to pay to work in, because you got to rent your room. You're like essentially working for free for the shop until like you've built up enough confidence in that person to be able to tattoo and say, okay, this person's comfortable enough to work on clients.
So you're working on your own?
I'm working now, but for the first little bit, I was an apprentice, just learning and watching and doing it. It was like a year, roughly.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's sick, though. Probably, I would recommend, firsthand being your own boss is definitely sick.
I was gonna ask you about that.
It's definitely
How is that?
sick.
How is that?
I love it.
Yeah?
Wouldn't change it for the world.
What part of it do you like the most? Would you say?
Waking up every day and being consistently happy.
Consistently
happy.
Let's talk
I say
about
that because
let's talk about
I
that.
say that because when I was working CNC,
yeah,
I've said this before, but I would walk in every day on afternoon shift.
Mm-hmm.
Afternoon shift would start at 2:30. I'd see this one person in specifically walk in with their lunch pail, head down, dragging their feet, and I thought to myself, you know what? I do not want to ever be that guy.
Yeah.
So then I quit my job like a week later.
Damn.
I didn't have a plan. I was just doing whatever, just kind of enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And then, kind of led me to open my eyes a bit and say, if I can work for myself and still make what I need to make to cover bills, we're chilling.
Define happy.
Not living beyond your means. A lot of people nowadays are living beyond their means, and they're this fucking high in debt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I minimize my expenses and I can have a healthy life and the people around me are chilling, I'm straight.
So how have you minimized your expenses?
I used to have this kind of helped me out. I used to have a brand new car. I don't. I used to drive 2019 Dodge Ram, and then I had a 2021 Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah.
And then some shit went weird with some electrical issues, and I managed to kind of
get out of it.
Okay. So I ended up.
God, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was fate or some shit. But then I bought a Grand Prix for fucking. I did some tattoos for it, and I traded cash and tattoos for it.
There you go.
And it's given me some issues. I've had to replace it like you do any old car, but a lot less than I'd be paying on a car payment. So I don't know. Wake up, go to work.
Yeah, that's the trick, right? For me, when I finally stepped away from my job, it was almost like the stars aligned, and it was just that perfect time where I didn't have too many bills, and I had the right amount of clientele, and my name was getting out, right? It's like, okay, I can step away now, live comfortably, right?
You got wiggle room.
I got wiggle room, I won't say I'm necessily happy, but I'm content.
That's
a good one. That's good. That's fair. That's fair.
That's good. What was the hardest part about stepping into like being your own boss?
I don't know. I think the hardest part maybe might have been understanding it was time, right? To like go.
Okay.
Right? Just the fear of it, I guess you can say, right?
That makes sense.
But there wasn't necessarily a hard part, because the years prior to that, just through life experience, I was kind of building up the character traits to step away anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
it wasn't
That's
really... Actually, the months or the weeks leading up to me, like putting in my 2 weeks, I have this guy who I talked to. I won't drop his name. He's pretty private, but he's like a mentor, sort of.
Okay.
And I was asking him, like, yo, is it time? Like, do you think I'll he's like, well, do you, like, are you late on orders? Do people get what they want on time? Do you ever take anybody's money? Wake up on time? Are you, like, on task when you're working? I'm like, yeah, like, business-wise, things are good. And he's like, okay, well, you have the character for it, so it's not really you, right? It's more so, like, you're
The
getting in
mind.
your own way.
The mindset.
The mindset, right?
Yeah.
So, after that, it was pretty simple, I guess. Right now, it's more of balancing, like, inventory versus like, client demand, I guess.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know the technical term for it.
No. I know what you're saying. So, like how much you're bringing in versus
Supply and
putting out,
demand.
right?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Like, okay, for example, this might sound bad, but whatever. I just ran out of material for
Okay.
a client that I needed a sign done for this weekend.
Okay.
right? But I ran out of material. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Didn't know. But miraculously, I found some more material that I stashed away. Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But that thing of always having, like, always replenishing my material is an area that I know I have to improve on. But I do that based on how much money I have, right? Because money is the lifeline of the business,
Right.
For sure.
right? If I have no money, I can't buy material.
Yeah, yeah.
And I make money from clients. And I
Mhm.
get clients based off of my marketing efforts.
Right.
I don't know. It's a weird self-feeding cycle, but
Yeah.
you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh no, we get what you're saying. Trust.
Yeah. I saw you guys talking about aliens the last time.
Yeah.
You believe in
Oh,
aliens?
fucking right. I believe in aliens.
Yeah, how about you, Don?
Yeah, I do. There's definitely there's way too much out there for there to be nothing out there.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it's just, you can't tell me that the universe and the galaxies and all that are so big and there's just nothing else out there.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be.
What kind? Blues, grays?
Oh,
I have no
Pleiadians?
idea.
Talk to
I
me.
think they kind of mix
Let's get
among
weird.
us, like shapeshifters, bro.
I think so too.
Like, I don't know about lizard people. If anybody Zucks is a fucking that Zuckerberg guy, Mark Zuckerberg, he's a
Yeah,
lizard. But
yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. He's I don't know.
Yeah,
The
you know,
whole-
in the Bible it says that to be careful of who you speak to, or mind who you're like generous to, because you might have spoke to an angel without even knowing it. So,
Really?
okay.
very plausible.
Yeah, no, that's a crazy
Damn.
thought. That's a crazy
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Holy.
Imagine that.
Okay,
Funny
hold on.
story actually. So when I used to work at Sutherland, right?
Okay.
And it's a desk job, phone job, or whatever.
Okay.
But it was just draining me because people call in to complain about their services, right?
You're doing customer service.
Customer service,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, my internet's not working,
Mhm.
whatever. So it was really getting to my mental. It was so depressing and
Mhm.
all that, right? So I remember in the morning, I was on the bus going to work, and I pray. I'm like, God, come on. Like, I really want to quit. I don't know what to do. I need you to give me a sign. Like, tell me what to do, right? So whatever. The day is going by. A couple weird things happened that to this day I don't remember. But the significant thing that happened was this. I'm leaving work later that afternoon, and I leave the front doors, like the front exit or whatever, and there's this homeless man sitting like in front of the doors almost, right?
Okay.
So I leave, I see him, I'm about to cross the street, and he calls out to me. He's like, hey you, right? I turn to him, I'm like, hey bro, I don't have any money on me.
So-
He's like, no, I don't want any money. Just don't quit your day job. You don't want to end up like me.
Damn.
I was like,
That
okay.
what a coincidence,
Right?
That's
Like,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he talking.
True story. I
Yeah.
can't make that up.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, got it. Not to him, but I was just like, okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah, and in your head when you're walking away, you're
Yeah.
like, I know what that was.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's so sick, though. Like, just how much of a coincidence it is. Like, it just
You
it
know,
gets you thinking. Like,
Over my life, I've had a couple coincidences,
Yeah.
and it's been too coincidental to be coincidence.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
At that point, it's like
Yeah.
you gotta acknowledge that.
That's fair. That's fair.
do you ever think like sometimes when like you speak things, like it tends to come true, like speaking things into existence? Have you ever had like a situation like that where it's like,
yeah, to a degree though. So I'll say, I'll premise it with this. I don't want to say religious, but I believe in Jesus, the Bible, the whole shebang, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you know, obviously you've heard of this abracadabra, right? That's actually Hebrew for your words become reality, something like that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I don't know if did you guys know that?
No
I
idea.
never heard that.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
crazy.
very much in the Hebrew. I was just taught
so why do magicians say it then?
because their words
Like,
become
your words
reality.
become reality.
Yeah, well, not that. It's
Like-
basically creating matter from nothing.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. It's like their
okay,
illusion that
okay.
they're
Yeah,
recreating.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because in the Bible,
Damn.
in the beginning, God said, let there be light. There
Right.
was like creating
Mhm.
something from nothing, that kind
Yeah.
of thing, right?
Damn.
All of that.
But yeah, I was talking with my friend the other day, but in the Hebrew culture, religion, whatever it is, it's all of it, right? they really do believe that your words do become reality, right?
Okay. Like
So the
you paint your own road with your words.
Somewhat, yeah. They believe that, and I believe that as humans and, creations, or how do I say this? In a way, offspring of God, we do have the ability to, speak our existence into reality, or speak our reality into existence. The caveat I want to add with that, though, is it's more of a tool rather than a lifestyle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
That
If
make
you
sense?
use it wisely.
Well, yes, but a lot of people, they kind of use it as like a lifestyle, like, I'm gonna manifest, I don't know, $10,000 to my life.
No, you gotta
think on it really hard.
okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah,
fuck that. You gotta work for some shit, man. You
Right.
can't just.
When you speak it, when you think on it, and when you are in a when you're in congruency with what you think and say and believe, not just in what you do, but your character too, right? Then it's bound to happen. Not necessarily for with the example of the $10,000, not necessarily to just have $10,000 pop up in your bank account, not necessarily like that. But what will happen is you'll start to get $10,000 problems.
Okay. Yeah. So I see that.
Yeah.
It makes you think, right? Like,
Puts it in a different perspective, at
Yeah.
least. That's wild.
because if you use it the wrong way, it can come back against you.
Well, yeah. I mean, like that's the thing, though. It's a tool, right? And it's not good or bad. If you want to keep it a buck, man, Hitler was the best manifestor there was.
He did what he wanted to do, I guess.
Right?
True.
Right?
He
That's true.
was.
Built
Yeah.
an empire out of.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's a tool, right?
I've never thought about it like that.
The only thing is, though, you can't make it. Do you guys believe in God?
I can't say yes, but I also can't say no. Like I'm not like, I was never like raised going to church type of thing.
Yeah.
But like the story behind it, I'm not opposed to kind of like
Fair.
listening to it at
How about
least.
you, Dom?
I'm the opposite. I was raised like with it in my life, like as a
Okay.
youngin, and like as I got older, I really stemmed away from it.
Yeah.
Because then I was in the actual church in like grade school era.
Yeah.
And then I went to a Catholic high school, and that really like as a teenager, when I'm like mentally fighting everything that gets put in front of me, that was like a big like pushback, because like they tell me stories, I'm like, that doesn't make sense, it's not possible, like just like I wasn't listening, to be
You know what's
fair.
interesting, though? Now that I've gotten older, I've found that like truth is stranger than fiction. You would be surprised that what is actually real versus what isn't. Just off of like it's 2023 right now. Who knows what was happening in 901?
No, literally.
Yeah. How
That's-
far do you think it actually dates back? Because what is like do you think there's ancient civilizations? We've touched on this a bunch of times on the podcast,
for
but
sure.
like, how do you think the ancient civilizations were built? Like, because I don't know, it's too perfect, man. In my eyes, it's too perfect. Like,
What's too perfect?
Like the pyramids, like
Oh,
some of
yeah.
the numbers, like that associate with different coordinates around the globe and landmarks and things like that. It's I don't
Have you
know.
guys ever heard of the Tower of Babel? You probably have.
Never know.
You've heard of it?
Like I remember very, very little, but yes, I've heard of it.
When Adam and Eve got kicked out the garden, right? They started having families and all that, and then these different families started having their own like groups together, right? And this one group in particular, they wanted to build a tower that went to heaven, right? Now, when you read it, you're like, damn, these niggas are really old.
Yeah.
Right? How in the world are they going to build a skyscraper?
Yeah, they ain't gonna pull this off.
It's not gonna happen, right? Like, how's that gonna work? Anyway, when you read it, you're like, okay, this is not plausible. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever, right? But as you deepen your understanding of that particular time period, and I guess you can say the the writing style of the writers, and then you start looking up the origins of the words and that kind of thing, you realize that when it says build a tower to heaven, yes, they mean a tower to heaven, but by heaven, what they mean is by accessing the spiritual realm.
Okay.
So they were trying to build a tower. Now think about pyramids, right? I'm going to tie it back.
Yeah, yeah.
They were trying to build a tower where they could all meet at one place, that they can all access the spiritual realm and elevate their thinking to heaven, right? So these ancient civilizations, I think that they were very technologically advanced in the spiritual sense, not in the like cell phones and rocket ships and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, that's why they had like their, you know, you see hieroglyphics of spaceships and weird things like that. Yeah, that's my theory.
I'd like to just see proof of aliens. That's what I want. Like
Mexico just dropped the bomb.
Yeah, but like Peru. Okay, no, you know what?
Do you think it's real though?
I don't know.
No. So, I have like a crazy question.
Yeah.
Is video evidence anymore?
Nah, because a lot of things can be faked, right?
Right?
Like so much CGI.
Yeah,
Voices and
That's,
stuff like that too can be completely faked. Like, what do you classify as real now?
So where's this coming from? Where's this line of questioning coming from? Like, why do you ask that? What are you questioning?
Like, no, but like in the sense of maybe in like the court of law and stuff like that, right? So like there was, let's say like the government brings forward a video of somebody committing a crime, right? And it's like, well, that's not real. Or like they found this video on the internet of this person doing something, right? Because like that gets brought up a lot, because like unfortunately the videos of people are actual evidence in a lot of cases. So like if they find this video online and it's being submitted into court as real, like how long until like video evidence is no longer considered like viable?
I feel like there's a way for the courts to verify if that video evidence is admissible or not, because like there's other pieces of evidence that they can use to corroborate, you know, the story of what's going on. Like, so you guys know the story of like YNW Melly, right? What was insane to me that I found out when all of that was like transpiring was that they were tracking his cell phone data, right? Like where he was, triangulating it with the bodies in the car and all of that, right?
Weird, like how?
Which is insane, right? But
that's crazy.
If they were to bring video evidence to court, I feel like there's a way. Like what I'm trying to say is, I don't think that they'd just be able to say, yeah, this was you, unless it was in 4K.
Yeah, that's fact. Well, think about it now. We've got all this technology, but yet all of these security cameras around the city are garbage.
Yeah,
everywhere. Like they can't catch.
I feel like it's a way for them to just have it out there.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a deterrent almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like actually going through it.
It's funny when I got broken into here, Craft Heads has a security camera right on the front. Oh. So we saw the guy breaking in. He even went in front of the camera, right?
No way.
He not on purpose. Right? But you can't see his face because it's so grainy.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's crazy. What's the point of this then? Like, we literally looking at bro.
Yeah. You guys ever got broken into or anything like that? Done the breaking in? Yeah, you have.
No, of course not.
No illegal activity?
No illegal
activity. Are you
sure?
Yeah. You guys are getting kind of nervous on me. You're lying, Logan.
You're
lying. What's the illegal activity?
I will not self-incriminate.
We used to steal apples.
Oh, that was always a fun time.
We used to steal apples.
So back to the trailer park days. I'm going to self-incriminate here.
Okay.
We used to, every morning, it'd be like August to October apple season. You walk, go apple orchards 5 minutes up the road. I'd go walk into the farmer's field, go grab some apples, just eat them harmlessly. You got 50, 60, 70 trees. 2 apples off of one tree is not going to hurt you.
Yeah, true.
So we'd go grab a couple apples and you get chased out of the fucking apple field
For
through
2
corn.
apples?
Well, bro, they don't want you back there.
Yeah,
They chase
we
you through
trespass.
cornfields, shoot you with rock salt guns. Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be on your land, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just peaceful.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
I remember I've always been like honest with my mother, like always, like my whole life.
Okay.
And like I'd like come back with a backpack full of apples, and she'd be like, where'd you get all those apples? Like, it's ridiculous amount of apples. Like, what are you doing? I'd tell her straight up, right, where we got them and that. And like, she gave me shit for it. Like, I got in a lot of trouble. And then it was the next year, like 2 weeks prior to the same time, and she's just like, hey, so I wanted to make pies like last year. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Would
she
you
didn't
look at
say
that?
nothing more, but like,
Would
yeah.
you look at that?
Mom wanted to cook.
Yeah,
Like,
would you look at, are you close with your mom?
so yeah, here and there. Here
Do you
and there.
live? You have
Both, yeah.
mom and dad? Okay.
Yeah, I live with both.
Who you closer to?
I guess my dad. I don't know. So like, my dad's a working man, and
Okay.
like he drives truck.
Yeah.
So like he's gone a lot of hours and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
starting to see him a little bit more here and there, but our schedules just don't align a lot.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, shout out Pop's been a provider forever. You
Shout
know,
out to
even though
him.
he's not like necessarily home every hour of the day, right?
Yeah.
Like provider for sure.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
So
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I'm definitely like closer with him, but like I'm always with my mom.
Why are you
Like, it's-
closer with your dad? Even though, how does that work? Like, what is it?
It's just like, is it like we used to go fishing when I was a kid type shit. Like just like the relationship of like that's me and my father. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I feel like tighter with him than like I definitely like love and live with my mom and all that stuff, right? But like
If you had to hide a body, you'd call.
Oh, you what?
Call
Of
dad.
course. Like, I couldn't call my mom on that. I wouldn't call my mom. No.
Do you think your mom will be better at hiding a body than your dad would, though?
I mean, she's not telling on him for the apples, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. She might tap into the Italian side.
You're right. Oh, you're half Italian?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
like you speak it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can understand a little bit of it from like my grandparents and my like mom talking to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I can't speak much.
Okay,
Not
fair.
much at all. Yeah.
Fair. How about you, mom, dad?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
Damn, nice.
Yeah.
That's like closer to who?
I'd say more in like the middle. I'm kind of like an independent person myself, so I kind of stick to my
Independent in what sense?
Just I'm always at work. So
okay.
like growing up, I'd say kind of maybe more closer to my dad, but in the recent years a little more closer to my mom.
Yeah. Brothers
Sven.
and sisters?
Yeah, I got a younger brother, like 3 years younger than me.
You guys close?
We try to be. We try to
You
be.
try.
Like
hey.
we both like try to. It's all like everything's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like we're not two peas in a pod.
What do
know
you
what I
mean?
mean?
What do you
like
mean?
polar
What do you mean?
opposites in interests, stuff like that. Like we're not similar at all. So like it's not that there's anything like. Wrong with our relationship, but we do clash a lot because of the polar opposite.
What are you guys opposite in?
I don't know. We just like different things. I don't know.
Okay,
like
so
our
you
interests.
Oh, he's completely
I like,
different.
I don't know. We're just.
What do you mean you don't know? He's your brother.
Yeah, but like, okay, so like he was never interested in sports when I was a kid. So like growing up, when I was playing hockey and baseball and like going outside to play hoops and shit with the boys and stuff like that, like he was never interested. He was always like at home staying inside.
Okay.
He did like come to my hockey games and stuff like that, but like me and him could never like. Yo, let's go throw a ball around in the yard,
gotcha.
like type shit like that. So
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of like close bonding experience as a kid. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't want to watch a superhero movie with me, type shit. Like it's just not his
What is
style.
he?
of movie.
What kind of movies?
Like a
would you-
comedy, I guess. Like it's
Oh,
more his type. And like I'll watch a
interesting. Yeah,
comedy
yeah.
with him, but
Yeah.
I like disrespectful comedy, and then he likes very.
Cheerful,
like, yeah,
wholesome.
yeah, exactly. So like,
okay.
yeah, we're
Makes
just
sense.
like different,
I
and
got
it's
you.
not anything negative, right? It's
Yeah.
just sometimes it just like is a clash.
What do you think that's attributed to? Because my brother and I we're fairly close, but I could say that we're pretty different too, even though we grew up in the same house. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
How do you think that is? Like, what do you think?
It's a lot to because like you, as much time as you do spend together, like. I know, like, you have siblings then, right? Like,
yeah, I have an older brother.
So then you know that, like, you felt that you got treated a certain way as a younger brother, and he feels that he got treated a certain way as an older brother.
Yeah.
So even though you guys, like, and, like, me, as well as me and my brother, like, grew up siblings in a household, we had very different roles and duties and stuff like that. So like his job was to look over you and stuff like that. And if you feel that he didn't do a good job or something like that, you might look at him a certain way or vice versa.
You know, I'm trying to think if my brother definitely looked over me, but I don't think he ever did like a bad job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't ever a time where I went out of my way to go tell on him or something.
Yeah.
For the most part, we were just like kicking it. You know?
That's
even though
good.
he was my older brother, right?
No, sometimes mine was like always like, "Ma."
Really?
Oh, come on,
come on, man.
But no, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because that creates like I said, like I've always been very honest with my mother, right? So that creates like a good relationship because she's like and I'd just be like, yeah, like I did, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'd still
Straight up with her.
get in trouble for it, but like it just always be honest.
I feel like at that point that builds a good relationship with your parents too, for sure.
Are you pretty open with your parents?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. There's some shit I don't tell anybody.
Like what?
Just
Let's talk
I don't know.
about
I don't
it.
like people in my business, man.
Why not?
I like to live a peaceful life.
You have a whole podcast. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
but I don't be telling my personal life.
What?
I can sit on the internet and have people not know a lot of things about me.
What do you like to keep private?
Just like I don't know, like personal relationship. Yeah, fucking I don't know, just random. I don't know. It's been over the past couple years I've been more with like putting myself out there. The podcast was definitely a step into the right direction just because with doing tattoos I kind of had to put myself out there to sell my artwork. For sure. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm already doing that. I might as well do this too. Fucking nothing to lose. But I don't know. I like to keep things private just for my own good well-being.
Is the girl you're talking to, is she pretty private too?
Yeah, she don't tell nobody nothing.
No, I ask because recently with the girl I was dating, we would not necessarily like get into arguments about this, but we would have a high energy conversation about like social media and you know,
what needs to be shared and what doesn't.
What needs to be shared and what doesn't. And like one thing she brought up was you don't even like, you know, people don't even know, right? And I'm like,
but like, why do people gotta know?
That's what I was saying. Why do people gotta know? And I was also saying the people who are in my life do know.
Exactly. The important people.
Right? So what's it like?
If I bring you around my parents, if I bring you around my friends, if I bring you around the people who are in my life every day, why do the people who aren't in my life every day have to know?
Exactly.
I just feel like that starts issues.
That's what I said, right? I mean, she went along with it because I'm very hard-headed. I'm going to do what I want regardless.
She know you ain't going to break.
I'm not going to break, right? But I do know that she is more of the, like, let's showcase, not necessarily everything, but relationship-wise, definitely, you know. I think she wanted to use it more of a deterrent to other people.
Okay.
That's,
you know
Makes sense.
That's fair.
So with that being said, do you believe that social media and cell phones have ruined the stigma of relationships in today's day and age? Because personally, I think if we're constantly posting, the reason why I keep things private, because if I'm fucking constantly posting this and this and this and this and this, everyone's knowing everything about me. So it's like, if everyone's already knowing everything about me, then I don't have anything to give to somebody else who's trying to learn everything about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I think no, but like I think it's really dependent on the person. Right?
Okay. Yeah,
like
for sure.
If you're somebody that's really concerned about your outward, like how people perceive you, then that can seriously like mess with your, you know, internal private relationship or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But me, I don't really care. Like, I'm on the internet and I'm not on the internet. Like, it's neither here or there for me. So I do think that it has, depending on the person that you are, right? Yeah. Because back in the day, didn't have the internet, so it was kind of like an equal playing field somewhat. Kinda.
Exactly, yeah.
But now that we have the internet, something that it like blows my mind. Have you guys ever been to a party and
No, never been to a party in my life.
and a person there like pulls out their phone and they're streaming?
Oh,
Or a concert and they're live.
Yeah. Have you ever
they'll be like on Insta or some shit.
Yeah, to me that kind of throws me off a little bit because my thing is this, right? We're at a social gathering. We're with real people in real time, in real life, right? Why in the world are you
talking to someone on your phone?
Yeah, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
get
what-
in the conversation. Like,
Yeah,
say
like
something.
what are you trying to show?
Look at all the friends I have.
You get what I'm
Look at
saying?
all the friends I don't have.
And so it's like who are you? Like
Yeah.
what are you? Who are you really? Right? So
Because like you're just trying to show somebody else. Like
Yeah.
this ain't for you. Like,
exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, and even like you're losing out on, like he said, concerts and stuff like that. You're losing out on the experience and stuff. But like, put your phone down. Like,
Yeah.
like, I get like you want some memories from it. So like, record every other song. Like you don't have to sit there wasting your battery all night long. Like experience it.
What
I
kind of-
think-
Go ahead.
I think the biggest thing is clout for some people.
Yeah.
Like we're in the era of clout. Like, oh look, I'm at this concert with watching this person doing this. Like I'm better than you. Like I don't know. It's weird.
No. Like a lot of what year were you guys born? 98,
99.
01.
99.
Oh Lord. You got me. That laugh got me feeling young as hell.
I have a couple friends that were born in the 2000s.
Okay.
But no, a few people that I've met that are like really concerned about follower counts and like I don't know, man. It just it throws me off. It just completely throws me off because in the same vein or in the same breath that they are, speaking about how many followers they have and all that nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but that type of thinking or whatever. And you walk outside, they'll be scared to like just say hi to somebody or make eye contact or, and that's not me.
There's
It's
life
like-
behind a screen, man. It's affected how we perceive reality.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I genuinely think COVID affected a lot of people's social skills because it did mine as well.
Oh,
to be honest
did it?
with
How
you.
did it affect your social skills?
Well, for 2 years, like I didn't go out anymore. Like I stopped going to parties. Like stopped going.
Really?
To, like,
Think about
just,
it.
like,
Wall-E's coming true. Like Wall-E, the Disney movie, bro. That's
yeah.
what COVID was.
Yeah.
So like,
that's crazy.
I just had no for 2 years, like 2.5 years, I didn't talk to a stranger. If you think about it that way, right? Because like for COVID, you were only with the people you work with and like your family and stuff like that, right? Not as many parties and
Well, I
friends.
wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm speaking on the goody two shoes then. But yeah, I wasn't going partying or nothing. I ain't taking risks. So like I just didn't have like social interactions with the outside, like other people, strangers at all. And then when it came down to it, we'd be out somewhere and be like, oh, I gotta go talk to that person. It's like, damn, I'd rather just sit here. Like I had to relearn it all over again. It got me.
Yeah, damn. And never let that happen again.
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Never
no.
again.
I hope not. I
Yeah,
hope not.
never
Because you got to be
again.
able to talk to like people. Like
For sure.
social skills are so important. Of, like how far it can get you in life is crazy.
Yeah, the majority of my business, honest to God, has been based off of word of mouth. And I said this before too, not to you guys, but to somebody else. I'm like, I've said like, I honestly don't know why people, they just really like me, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, cool with me, right? I'll take it. But social skills, man, like have to have it. If I was, I'll give you an example. Let me see. Okay, so in the beginning when I first started doing this, I did a sign for a couple that were getting married, right?
Okay.
And it was in the beginning, so I made the sign, gave it to them. They messaged me. They're like, "Hey, this is like a little not the quality that I want. There's this here, that there, this here." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize. I'll come back, fix it, whatever." I redid the sign 3 times, 4 times, right?
Damn.
And on one hand, right, I could have been like, you know what, you're just being real picky, you know, F off basically, right? But I can't do that. Like that person, it doesn't matter how little they spent, right?
That's true.
They worked hard to earn their money. They trusted me
Right.
to bring their vision to life. So I have to deliver no matter, you know, how repetitive it gets or whatever, right? And if my mentality was, this person is just being like an a-hole basically, right? Then no, that definitely would have spread. And actually, I didn't, to be honest, when this individual and I were communicating, I never saw their face. Like, I don't know how they look. We were communicating on Instagram, but I still never like went to the profile, right? Later on, I was at an event and I was because at the event they had me do a sign, taking pictures of the sign, and this girl stops me and she's like, "Hey, did you do that sign?" I'm like, "Yeah." "What's your business?" "Osmosis Glow." Like, "Oh, you did that sign for me. You did it like 3 times for me." But then she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I was being so picky. I was being such a Karen. I'm so sorry." Like, no, you were good. You were good. Like, it's no So she thought that she was being like rude.
She had wedding
Right.
stress, right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if I had that mentality of, again, like, nah, you're just being like annoying.
Yeah,
then
get out of here type shit. Yeah.
If I meet her in person, that would have been a
it's
problem.
a different experience.
Yeah,
completely.
you know.
Yeah.
So.
Now you impressed her twice, right? Because she's seen it again and was like, "Damn, that's really good."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And actually, to take it a step further, recently, we just lost power, so there are a bunch of firefighters down here, and one of the firefighters was just like chilling here or whatever, and my mom and her friend were walking by him and just sparked up conversation. My mom brought up the fact that I did neon signs, and because it was right down here, he was able to look up and see that it was my logo or whatever, and that I did it. And he's like, yeah, my wife got a sign from him. He redid it like 3-4 times for her.
And it just so happened to be those people.
And it was him. Yeah, he was the
That's
husband,
insane.
right?
Okay.
So it's like, damn, such a small world. I tell people this all the time. Do you guys ever watch Naruto?
Not really.
Not
no.
like in depth. Not
Okay,
in
that's
depth.
okay. That's okay. I always tell people that your character is a clone of you, right? And it'll be in a room even when you're not, because
That's so fact.
it's true, right?
So facts.
Because when you're not there, people are gonna be talking.
There's
about
a perception
That's-
of you.
exactly, you know, right?
There's a version of yourself left in that room.
right,
Damn.
right.
It's like a little legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I was down there, if I left a bad taste in their mouth, right, then the time when I met her would have been bad, and the time when the husband met my mom, that would have been bad too.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
Right?
That's true.
So, yeah.
And the last thing is you want a bad review going to your mother.
You know what I mean?
Right? Like some guy just came up to me and said you messed up 3
Yeah,
times.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's funny.
Life is
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so good though. Word of mouth is definitely how to fucking. It's hard. It's hard to get word of mouth sometimes when you're first starting out, but
Yeah.
it's sick.
How do
It's
you
sick.
go about getting business for your word of mouth? Obviously.
Business cards, Instagram, word of mouth.
What are you seeing the most success?
Instagram, and just
Instagram,
like
yeah.
people like returning clients who have had like good experiences saying, "Hey, like, yeah, go to him. Here's a couple cards." Like,
What's your tattoo style?
I like black and gray mostly. I've been trying to do lately. I like this like etched stone theme. My phone's on a stand, so I can't really show you, but I just posted a picture on my Instagram. I just did on the back of someone's neck the number 95, because he was born in 95, but we made it look like it was like carved into stone, cracked in and everything.
sick,
So I like
yeah.
more like the 3D effect. I'm trying to lean into that more.
Yeah.
I've been spending a lot of time drawing lately, so I'm just trying to get that
But,
shit down.
yeah.
And
I've been.
Yeah.
I don't have any tattoos, but I've said this all the time. If I were to get one, it's got to be a neck tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
For
my
sure.
first one. Yeah.
Neck tat. Oh, but you can't numb your first one. You can numb tattoos now. We have numbing cream, but at our shop, it's kind of like a little like
tradition,
back in the day,
ritual
you
type.
weren't allowed to numb your tattoos. They didn't have numbing cream. It was just like you had to feel it type of deal. So like
Really?
we don't let anybody use numbing cream on their first tattoo.
Oh,
you gotta
right.
come
That's
if you
some
want a
demon
neck.
shit, bro.
No, you can't.
Does it
That's-
hurt like that for real?
Not okay. I don't know. People are gonna think I'm crazy. I hated the neck, but I personally think it hurts way less than the elbow. The elbow sucks, dude. You're digging and it's like, yeah, you hit your funny bone and that part goes numb. Picture like a needle in there just banging around the whole. It's a wild time. The ribs suck too.
Wait, so it's an actual needle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're puncturing the skin. Yeah, there's blood involved. There's everything. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. You get a small one to start. The next time you come back, I'll let you numb it out. But sometimes, like, okay, so for my neck, when we tattooed my neck, I numbed out my collarbones because that shit sucks. I'm a skinny
yeah,
person,
yeah.
so fucking just the vibration and shit, garbage. But the neck up in here, if you numb it, it fucks with like your breathing and shit. So like I couldn't really numb up here. I'm gonna be honest, right in here sucks. Like where the tonsil areas are. Most
Yeah,
peaceful
the
spot,
muscle.
you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy.
Adam's
Right in the
apple.
middle, because it's like dig into it. You don't feel anything.
I feel that. What
You
do
feel that?
mean?
I don't
Yeah.
feel that. Like I'm digging, bro. Like right up in. I feel like this would suck. Like just poking at it, but like.
Yeah.
Yeah, right up in here because he's got to stretch the skin, dig in one spot,
Right.
stretch it again, dig in the same spot. Your nerves and you're feeling, ugh, it sucks, dude.
What was your first tat?
On the back of my leg, I got a skateboard wrapped in like DNA.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But
You have any
then-
tattoos?
No, I don't have one.
None?
No. I'm not like against him or anything.
Yeah.
He's always trying to he's like, hey, let me give you your first tattoo. Like he's
Yeah,
always
we got
trying
a
to bug
mystery
me, right?
machine at the shop if you don't know what you want. It's stock with Halloween shit right now. You come in, and we've had so many people do it. They're like, I don't know what I want. We're like, $80, let's go. $80, get what you get, man. They put fucking coin in, spin it. Right now it's Halloween themed. They get like a tattoo this big.
Oh, frick.
Just random, whatever it is.
I don't know if I'd want to do that. Frick.
Some people are with it. They like the whole like goblin, ghost,
Yeah,
spooky
yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
we got like small Pinterest tattoos and shit, and like each artist does flash and whatnot too. So
I think the style that I like the most, I forget the name, but I think it's like trash polka.
yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's
my
sick.
favorite
Like with the
style,
splash
yeah.
of red and
Yes,
shit.
yes, yes.
Oh,
It's not really minimalistic, but it's kind. Is it? Would you say?
it depends on like how you draw. You can make it look minimalistic and just splash like a red around, or you can make it look really detailed and just throw it all through. I don't really think there's much rules
Yeah.
to that. I don't want to go ahead and say there's no rules to it because every tattoo style has rules, but that's probably the more lenient one. It looks sick, man. I love the way some artists
Me
out in like the
too.
UK
That's-
make it
yeah,
look.
that's always
It's
been my
fucking
favorite style.
beautiful.
Yeah, again, nobody around here does it, and not even just that. I don't even know if I'm ready. I
That's
don't
fair.
even know if I'm ready.
My thing is like, I just don't feel like I have something important enough yet that I want to put on my body.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like the idea of like a kid's name or something like my kid's name on me, right? But like we'll see when we get there type shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just don't feel like I have that important thing yet that I want on me forever.
Yeah,
I think change is like, I hate change so much, but I think it's bound to happen.
you hate change.
Yeah.
Change in what
Like
way?
not like pocket.
I know what
change.
you're
Like,
saying. Yeah, I'm with you.
like if everything could just like stay like simple and bliss at all times, like that would be
And you'd be
awesome.
content?
Like that would be ideal, right?
Yeah.
But like life sucks. Like that's just not what that's not how it is. Like you gotta like constantly evolve and keep changing and like trying to do different stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. You just gotta stay busy. Like it's not. You can't. I hate it, but like you gotta go into it almost, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you're gonna go into esports, bro, change is gonna happen a lot.
yeah, exactly. The market influx is constantly with that stuff. Like especially what's popular at the time. Like that's changing as different games come out and
Yeah.
like updates. An update will come out and everyone will be like, "This game sucks."
Yeah.
And it's just like one thing changed the whole dynamic, and then they gotta switch it
Now
back.
AI's playing into it too with video games, bro.
Wait, what? AI in video
AI.
games?
I'm pretty sure that's what they're adding into like video games now.
What? How?
Like in the concept of like GTA NPCs, like that concept, right? So like
I get that. That makes sense.
imagine like you have
actually
an
insane.
actual
I feel like it's gonna make the
group of
gameplay
neighbors.
sick.
Imagine you have like a group of neighbors that like, let's say you're like Michael in GTA or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And like your neighbors are actual characters, and like let's say you hit the daughter with the car, the next time you come back, the dad's gonna be like, "Hi," like
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
they have like brains, they can
AI.
compute. Yeah,
That's such a scary thought. I think the world's advancing way too fast.
Yeah. I was just talking to a friend yesterday. Guys, it's already October 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like yesterday was August.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for real. Dude, yesterday felt like summer, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
hot out and
Right?
that.
Take that in.
I
We're
know.
almost in
Bro,
December.
Almost in December.
it is
Almost in
Thanksgiving.
2024.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. That's crazy.
Yeah, Thanksgiving pod right now. That's crazy.
That's
insane,
dude.
Thanksgiving special.
Fuck.
But hey.
Oh, fuck. My
You
keys
just
are
ran.
locked in my
Oh, yeah,
car.
that's right. Let's go figure that out.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go retrieve some
Okay,
Yeah, for
keys.
so
sure.
before I go tend to my dumbass needs, we've been counting some numbers lately, and some of these views
They're
are
going
not
up.
yet
they're
converted
not
over
there.
to subscribers.
Mm.
We've done some math, and although it's not that important, it helps us out. It helps you guys out. It helps everybody else out. It helps Shay out to get his business also out there,
Yes,
so
sir.
he can make some cool neon signs for everybody as well.
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, hit that subscribe button if you're on Spotify. Hit that follow if you're on Apple Podcasts. Hit that follow. Give it a share. Send it to your grandma, your mom, your buddy. I don't give a fuck who. Send it to somebody. Y'all gonna have a laugh. But with that being said, we're gonna give you a minute to 2 minutes to kind of plug whatever you want. Give the people kind of a find me here, check me
Okay.
out, and then we'll give her an outro and we'll go try and break into my car.
Okay. Okay, so you can follow me on my business page at Osmosis Glow, OSMOSISGLOW. That's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. What else? TikTok. What
Oh,
else is
shit.
there?
You got Twitter?
No Twitter.
No Twitter.
You hit 'em all.
Yeah, I hit
You
'em
got
all.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I got you on that.
Yeah, if you ever need a neon sign or any kind of acrylic artwork, hit me there. Go to my website, www.osmosisglow.com. You can put in your custom sign there, deliver it, have it ordered or ready for pickup in about 3 weeks. Follow me on my personal at THK Shay. That's where you can get more of my like day-to-day regular stuff. So yeah, I appreciate Logan.
right. Thank
Donnie.
you.
Thanks for having me as a guest.
Yeah,
Of
of
course.
It's
course.
Spliff podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Share, spread the word.
Yes,
Doing
sir.
it big over here.
Fuck yeah, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone for watching. We're the second Spliff. That's our time. Thank you very much.
Peace out.
I've been so caught up in